Hello, and welcome back to the channel, Critical Reactions, but not a critical reaction in itself. This is more of an update video. You can call it a critical update, a mini critical update. Usually I put one of these out every November and somewhere in the summer because that's our anniversary, which was last week for the channel. We're going into year 4 now. Thanks everybody for helping me get here. And the summer is just a halfway point. It's like 6 months in. Um, Usually, well, I want to talk about two things. One, this is a mini update because it's actually an update about the update. Instead of doing the update video in November like I used to, we're going to do it in January. Primarily because it's just easier on my mind to think of a new year for the channel at the beginning of a new year, but also because I would do this and I'd be like, oh, these are the plans we're going to have for this year, get hyped for it. And then, like 5 weeks later, I take a 2 week hiatus to, get away from the internet for a while to detox from that and help myself from burning out. And it's weird to be like, get hyped. Also, hard a hard wall of no content for a little bit. I'd rather ride the hype out by announcing things and then actually having content for several months. So that's the first thing. Be prepared for like an early January update video for what the year 4 of Critical Reaction is going to look like. But also, I'm wondering why everybody comes to the channel. There's a few reasons. I've seen comments about it. I'm the best reactor out there. I don't know if that's specifically the reaction portion, but I've seen that comment a few times. Some people talk about my musical memory, and I kind of get like a spectacle element out of that. The dude just listened to a 20-minute song, and he's at like minute 50 in his video, and he's still recalling specific details from like the beginning of the song. And like, I can see some of that spectacle because then I pair that with musical knowledge, and maybe there is some of that. Sometimes I'm entertaining. Um, who's here for musical knowledge? When I explain new topics and ideas utilizing songs that you already enjoy. Um, Maybe people are here just because they like me. I could be talking about panda bears in Alaska and some made up story or something, and I'd still tune into the videos because, they just enjoy my voice, or I don't know. There's a lot of reasons why people might come to the channel, and I'm curious why, if you could just name your specific reason, like, hey, Brian, I'm here for the reactions, or I'm here for the breakdowns, or whatever, just so I can get a general gauge of why people tune in. It's going to help me determine where I take the channel. I have a lot of ideas in mind, and I'll announce them when I've solidified what my plans are in January. But I do want to kind of get this information here to help guide where I take the channel. And I don't want anyone to freak out like, oh my God, he's going to get away from reactions, or he's going to stop breaking down music. He's going to become an entertainment reactor. No, you don't have to worry about that. Musical education and knowledge are still going to be the bedrock of what this channel is all about. Um, I just If you remember last year, I had mentioned, a website that I wanted to put up, and like a podcast or radio thing I wanted to do, and like a few other things, and none of them really got off the ground, sadly. Um, Between putting out 10 videos a week, plus a live stream, plus an album review every other week, and running the Discord and checking on comments, and making the thumbnails, and introducing timestamps, which is something I did this year, which takes a little bit of time as well, and running the composition jam. I don't remember if I said that. And providing feedback to everybody who asks for it on the Discord. I have a workshop area. You can put something in progress, and I'll let you know, my thoughts on it, where you might want to take it, and stuff like that. I put a lot of work into the community, both just on YouTube and the work required to build that, the video making, but also making sure I talk with everybody, and, discussing things over on Discord as well. I've run out of time in a day to put anything else on my plate. It's very full at the moment. And I will say, especially on album review weeks, it's a little overwhelming. So you don't need to worry about the channel drastically changing form. But I am hoping to open a little space on my plate to include one of the other passions that I have. For instance, I think at the top of my list right now is a Music Theory 101 series where I break down topics in a linear growth where we start with what is a note, how to read a staff, what is a chord, what is the circle of fifths, and we build up until we get to what is a Hocket, what is a canon. And hopefully by the end of it, you can watch all of that and understand what I'm talking about in my breakdown videos. So another thing I'd like to do is during the breakdowns to be able to say, hey, at this, at the 4 minute mark, these guitars did this thing, and maybe I remember that clearly, but you don't, because it was a 20-minute song. And so I'd be able to put the video clip there. You can listen to it, and then I can continue talking about it. That's all requires editing video, post recording, which is something I don't do at the moment. Everything in the videos is live, live added. Um, and some I just don't have the time to go through the analysis and hit every single marker where I'm like, I need to bring in some audio from before, copy the audio in, and then render the video. It's just something I don't have time for in my workflow, but something I would like to add. So it's these little things. I'm trying to shave off some pieces where I can, so I can incorporate some of this stuff into my workflow. So like I said, just kind of figuring out where people are at, why they tune into the channel, so I can hone in on what people want from me. Right now I feel like a jack of all trades, and I'd like to specialize in something and try to refine the channel down into something a bit more digestible. I think that's my end goal. That allows me to work on some stuff adjacent to the reaction videos. Anyways, like I said, let me know why y'all are tuning in. I'm interested in that, and look forward to the video coming out, the update video at the beginning of January, where I will announce where the channel's going. And I promise you it will be an improvement on where we're at now. All right, thanks again for everybody helping me get here. We are at 26,000 subscribers 3 years later. It has been a wild ride. And let's look forward to 3 more. That's kind of a weird number. Like usually you do that at 5. You're like, we've done 5. Let's do 5 more. We got the Q&A this weekend too to celebrate 25,000, which I wanted to do while we were still in the 25,000s, but that's not going to happen. All right, I look forward to that. I hope you do too. And yeah, catch you later. And again, thanks everybody for helping me get this far and keeping the channel going.